It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, are conservatives literally crazy now? I'm not joking. On one level, sure does seem like a joke. The conservatives have just gone nuts, right? But when you go there, it's like you're joking, but you also mean it. You know, a joke with a very sharp blade. People are dead because the conservatives, to all appearances, seem to be batshit crazy. Hundreds of thousands are dead just when you look at the studies for how badly we screwed the COVID response, almost solely because conservatives hate liberals. The situation is crazy, if not the people who have created it. You know, crazy conservatives, just like the Joker or something, you know, both hilarious and terrifying at the same time. But I am still hesitant to call what's become of American conservatism a mental illness. Did you know that in the 1950s, in order to explain the Soviet Union's continual no votes in the United Nations, actual accredited professional American psychologists developed a theory of Russian child rearing to account for Soviet intransigence on the global diplomatic stage. It turned out, of course, that the Russians simply saw things from their own point of view, not developmentally disabled at all. I mean, duh. It can be very tempting to dismiss the attitudes and opinions of those with whom you disagree as lunatic rantings. Conservatives have been doing this with liberals for years. Right-wing shock jock Michael Savage even wrote a book back in 2005 called Liberalism is a Mental Disorder, and he wasn't joking. So, it's dangerous, I think, to call the conservatives crazy and mean it literally. But if it's not a mental illness, then what the hell is it? I don't remember if I've told this tale before, but it bears repeating. I grew up with a guy who has become a local right-wing radio host here in Houston, Chris X. And I'm connected with him and his brother, with whom I also grew up. We all played Little League Baseball together. We're connected on Facebook. Let's call his brother Mike X. Mike and I were debating surgical masks on some discussion thread somewhere, and he felt like he had an unassailable point. You wear a mask for your protection, but everybody else should get to choose. He wins. I explained that while masks do give you some personal protection, it's all missing the point. The real point to masking is to keep the infected from infecting others with their COVID breath, and it only works when everyone participates. I reminded him that he fully understands this principle because he watched MASH when we were kids on TV, and the wear masks in the OR mandate was pretty clear and obvious. Masks exist to keep us from infecting others, not the other way around. Mike X seemed not even to notice my unassailable point and just kept doubling down on his own as though I hadn't said anything at all. Let me tell you, it was totally surreal. Like, wow, Twilight Zone time. Aren't you going to even, throw me a bone on this or something? But no, nothing. He sure did seem crazy. I mean, detached from reality crazy. It's pretty disturbing, in fact. This kind of shocking rejection of facts and reality is now all too common among conservatives. I mean, Trump aide Cassidy Hutchinson is now in hiding because of death threats stemming from her J6 committee testimony. The days are getting hotter and hotter. I wonder why evangelicals cheer on the brutal white revenge fantasy known as the end times. Racism is against white people, and women are now enslaved because we have to accept that the fake babies, also known as fetuses, are actually murder victims, and on and on and on. Just an endless train of crazy. Ozzy's crazy train, but as legitimate political thought. So tell me again why it's so dangerous to call these people crazy after mulling it over just now. I've completely forgotten. Oh yeah, that's right. In the grand scheme, this is all totally normal human psychology. Infuriating, yes. Dumbfounding, yes. Frightening, horrifying, bad, acid trip, weird, yes. But normal. In all my years as an actor, all my years studying the craft, the one big thing I can report back to you is that human beings have vast capability to believe whatever they desire, regardless of mountains of evidence to the contrary. When I do it as an actor, my audience and I all understand that it's to tell a story, that my beliefs on stage serve fiction, not reality. When conservatives do it, there is no such understanding, and it may yet kill us all. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Just an endless train of crazy. Ozzy's crazy train, but as legitimate political thought.